For months, the mystery surrounding Yumlong's death has consumed both fans and investigators. Each new clue, each uncovered file, and every witness testimony seemed to open another layer of questions rather than answers. But now, for the first time, the truth behind his final phone call, the one made minutes before his fatal fall, has come to light. The identity of the person on the other end of that call has been confirmed, and what investigators have revealed is sending shockwaves through the entertainment world. The phone call lasted exactly 2 minutes and 17 seconds. It was placed at 2:41 a.m., moments before hotel staff and guests heard a thud outside the 9th floor. For weeks, the number was masked, registered under an encrypted foreign network that investigators couldn't trace. But with the recovery of Menglong's hidden iCloud backups and new metadata extracted from his device, a name has finally emerged. According to internal police sources who requested anonymity, the call was made to a contact saved simply as DQ. At first, it seemed like nothing more than initials. But those 2 letters have now been matched to Du Chong, a powerful figure in Menglong's management circle, a man whose name has appeared in several earlier reports but always in shadow, never directly accused. A new recording has been uncovered from the recovered phone. The audio is faint, fragmented, and filtered by static, but one line is unmistakable. "I can't do this anymore. You promised me it would stop." The voice, confirmed through forensic analysis, is Menglong's. A pause follows, the sound of someone breathing heavily on the other end. Then a response, deep and calm. "It's too late to back out. They've already seen you." Those words were spoken by Du Chong. The exchange ends abruptly. No goodbye, no closing words. Seconds later, the hotel security camera in the hallway near Yu's suite recorded him stepping out in a gray hoodie, barefoot, and visibly shaken. Within 10 minutes, he would be gone. Investigators initially dismissed the call as irrelevant to the cause of death, labeling it a private dispute. But the discovery of suppressed phone transcripts suggests otherwise. In a leaked report obtained by the Beijing Ledger, one forensic officer noted, "The emotional intensity in the subject's voice indicates coercion or extreme distress. This call cannot be treated as ordinary communication." When contacted, Du Chong refused to comment, issuing only a brief statement through his legal team. Mr. Du has cooperated fully with authorities. He denies any wrongdoing and urges the public not to engage in harmful speculation. But behind that polished denial lies a troubling timeline. Hotel records show that Du Chong checked into a suite 2 floors above Menglong's room on the very same night, under a different name. His presence was never included in the initial police report. When confronted with this inconsistency, hotel management claimed the entry had been automatically deleted due to a system malfunction. Former staff members tell a different story. One front desk worker, who has since resigned, revealed in an exclusive interview, "There was a man who came down around 3 a.m., right after the fall. He was calm, wearing a cap, and he didn't speak to anyone. Later, I realized his face matched the photo of Du Chong." Adding to the growing list of contradictions, surveillance footage from that same corridor has a missing 46-second gap between 2:43 and 2:44 a.m., precisely the window during which the phone call ended and Menglong exited his suite. Digital forensic expert Li Han explained, "You don't get this kind of data loss by accident. It's intentional, deliberate, someone scrubbed that feed." But perhaps the most chilling part of this new exposé comes from the analysis of Menglong's behavior in the hours leading up to the call. Text messages recovered from his draft folder show a desperate attempt to contact an unnamed friend. In one unsent message, time-stamped 2:30 a.m., he wrote, "If anything happens to me, check my phone. Don't let them erase it." The message was never sent. Fans have since flooded social media with theories. Some believe Menglong was being blackmailed. Others claim he was about to reveal something massive about his agency's internal dealings. A Weibo user under the handle @TruthForMenglong shared a screenshot of a private chat where you allegedly confided, "They want me quiet, but I'm done pretending." As the revelations spread, a wave of anger has erupted online. Hashtags like #JusticeForYumlong and #WhoIsDuChong have surged past 10 million views in less than 24 hours. Meanwhile, investigators have reopened parts of the case that were previously closed for lack of evidence. In a statement issued late last night, Beijing's Public Security Bureau confirmed that a person of interest related to Menglong's case has been placed under protective observation. Sources close to the inquiry claim that this person is none other than Du Chong himself. The discovery of this final call has reframed everything. It is no longer the story of a tragic accident. It is the unraveling of a network of silence, manipulation, and betrayal. One close friend of Menglong, who requested not to be named, said tearfully,
"He was scared, yes.
But more than that, he was tired. Tired of hiding, tired of threats. That call, it was the breaking point. As the digital trails converge, the missing footage, the deleted texts, and now the confirmed call, a single narrative begins to emerge. Someone didn't just want Menglong gone. They wanted his story buried with him. But with each new revelation, that plan is collapsing. A final line from the leaked forensic transcript remains etched in readers' minds. When truth is forced into silence, it screams in echoes. And right now, the world is listening to those echoes. The voice of Menglong, recorded in static, trembling but defiant, whispering from the edge of tragedy. You promised me it would stop. The investigation is far from over, but one thing is certain. This revelation has shattered the illusion of coincidence. The final call wasn't just a goodbye. It was a confession, a cry for help, and perhaps the key to uncovering the truth about Menglong's death. When the first report about Menglong's final phone call broke, the world gasped. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. That was all it took to shift his death from a tragedy to a crime shrouded in calculated silence. Now, new layers of evidence have emerged, and they're even darker than what anyone dared imagine. A digital forensics team working independently has reconstructed fragments of the audio lost in the original leak. The new version, cleaned using advanced acoustic restoration tools, reveals chilling details previously buried under static and noise. What they discovered has left even veteran investigators speechless. According to their findings, the last 30 seconds of that call, once thought to be silence, contained faint background sounds, the creak of a door, hurried footsteps, and a muffled second voice. A female voice. Her words, though distorted, are now partially audible. Don't say my name, please, just leave it. Those 7 words, whispered urgently, open up an entirely new dimension to the mystery.
Who was she?
Why was she in Du Chong's room? And why was Menglong, frightened, desperate, and moments away from his death, on the phone with both of them? Analysts believe the call may not have been a private argument, but a negotiation gone wrong. A meeting that was never meant to happen, one that ended with a fall that silenced a rising star. One of the investigators, speaking off record, confirmed that Menglong had made multiple attempts to call the same number earlier that evening, 3 calls, all under 30 seconds. None answered. The successful call at 2:41 a.m. was his final attempt. This wasn't random, said the source. He was trying to resolve something, maybe even plead for his safety. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, pressure has been mounting on the authorities to disclose more about the identity of the woman whose voice appears on the tape. Insiders claim she may have been linked to a well-known actress, a name that would send the entertainment world into chaos if revealed. One anonymous Weibo account posted cryptically, "The voice that said, 'Don't say my name,' belongs to someone the world already knows." The post was deleted within hours, but not before it was shared over 300,000 times. Adding fuel to the fire, a hotel employee came forward with a shocking statement. That night, a woman checked in around 1:50 a.m., wearing a mask and cap. She went straight to the elevator and never returned through the lobby. The timestamp places her arrival less than an hour before Menglong's death, and in the same hotel. When reporters pressed hotel management for CCTV footage from that window, they were told the cameras malfunctioned due to a power surge. But digital analysts reviewing the video logs noticed an anomaly. One camera on the 9th floor showed no signs of power failure. The feed, however, stops abruptly at 2:43 a.m., the exact minute the call ended. This was no malfunction. The following day, technicians allegedly entered the server room and replaced several storage drives. Since then, 3 hotel employees have either resigned or disappeared from public contact. Fans, refusing to accept the silence, have begun conducting their own investigation. A community-led group calling themselves the Lantern Watchers has been gathering evidence, sharing clips, and analyzing every frame of leaked footage. They recently released what they claim is an enhanced version of the hallway recording, showing a shadowy figure walking toward Menglong's door moments before his final call. The silhouette appears male, but in one frame, light from an emergency exit briefly illuminates the figure, and for a fraction of a second, 2 figures are visible. It wasn't just Du Chong. Inside sources from Yu's management agency confirm that in the days leading up to his death, he had expressed fear about a deal gone wrong. He told close colleagues that he had been pressured into signing a project that he later regretted. They kept threatening him, one staffer said. He told us he was being watched, even outside the studio. Now, fans are demanding that Du Chong be officially questioned again, but legal representatives have declined all interview requests. His last public appearance was 2 weeks ago, leaving his apartment in Beijing surrounded by private security. Meanwhile, the recovered fragments from Menglong's phone show something even more devastating. A draft video message, recorded the night before his death, remains unsent. In the clip, Yu appears pale, his voice shaky but resolute. "I don't know who to trust anymore," he says softly, eyes flicking toward the door, as if expecting someone. "If this video gets out, it means I didn't make it." He pauses, looks down, then whispers, "Tell my fans. I try to tell the truth." The video cuts abruptly at the sound of knocking. Forensic teams confirm the clip's metadata matches the timestamp of 12:57 a.m., less than 2 hours before his final call. Since the video leaked, social media has erupted with disbelief and heartbreak. One fan comment reads, "He was crying for help and no one listened." Another says, "Now we know. He knew what was coming." The investigation's tone has shifted from passive review to active pursuit. Sources close to the Beijing Public Security Bureau confirm they are considering new charges related to obstruction of justice and digital evidence tampering. But beneath all the reports, the experts, and the speculation lies one unshakable image: Menglong standing barefoot in the hotel corridor, clutching his phone, trying desperately to make that final call, the one that might have saved him or sealed his fate. As dawn broke over the city that morning, the world lost a voice that had barely begun to speak its truth. But in the static of that phone call, in the whispers between words, his story still breathes, waiting for the final piece that will reveal not just how Menglong died, but why. And somewhere in those 2 minutes and 17 seconds, the answer still waits to be heard.